What's good, YouTube world? Killua is back at it again with another video. Now I know I said in my last one that my next was going to be a character analysis, but worry not, that video is coming soon. I just had some personal issues to take care of. So for now, I will be giving you all a reaction video to one of my favorite YouTube channels, Death Battle. And that's because they just released Joker from Persona 5 versus Giorno from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. So for those who don't know, I'm a very huge fan of Persona 5. In fact, Persona is my favorite video game franchise of all time. So it's pretty obvious that I'm gonna root for Joker. But then there's his opponent Giorno, who's considered by many to be the most powerful character in all of JoJo. So you see, this is not only one of the most requested death battles of all time, but it's arguably the most controversial debate. To be honest, it's arguably more controversial than Goku versus Superman and Link versus Cloud. But we're not here to talk about that. So for now, if you guys want to see the original video, the link will be in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, I'm already loving that art style. The classic.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, let the analysis begin.
Wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and stepped in, he had no idea her assailant was one of Japan's most
Okay, to be honest with you guys, I could not stand this guy in the least bit. And when it was revealed that he was the one responsible for Joker's criminal record, spoiler alert for those who haven't played the game, this was as personal for me as it was for Joker. And it was so satisfying kicking his ass. But let's move forward. Okay, let's check out the... Let's see... Oh, he's 5'9". He's actually a few inches shorter than me. His likes older women, cats, and hamburgers. This guy's hilarious. Of course, he'd be an excellent dancer if you've played the spin-off series. How could he not be?
There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a theme. And it wouldn't just be dealing with your garden variety scumbag gym teachers. Ren and his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse!
Oh god, that. Jeez. Trust me guys, I've tried that once. It was not worth it in the least bit. It was fucking stupid.
Scary. Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What humans believe, or even what they fear, directly shapes it.
And inside this
So it's kind of like Chainsaw Man, basically. But I think this did it before Chainsaw Man.
Many of their victims in the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, An, Makoto, Pancakes, and the Animal.
They may have been...
Did he really just call Akechi pancakes? Wow, Boomstick, your jokes are getting cornier by the second. They're so damn corny.
helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world. But
I actually love that guy's palace. He has the best theme.
Personas.
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become incredibly powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, can cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends formed a band called the Phantom Thieves, with Ren as their leader, codenamed
Joker.
Joker's first persona was the awesome Arsene.
with razor-sharp claw.
Of course, I gotta talk about this. So, I don't know if anybody else does this, but every time I activate the first persona, throughout the entire game, I will always do everything I can to power it up even more than ever. Don't judge me. It's mainly due to the fact that Arsene is one of the most badass designs of any persona I've seen, with the exception of Izanagi from Persona 4.
And the ability to curse enemies with dark energy. Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But Joker's a wild card. Literally, he can capture as many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, because they each have their own crazy powers. From shooting fire, ice, and lightning, to dishing
That's true.
effects, healing, and resistances, to lobbing actual nukes at the baddies.
So Joker can fight with manifestations of deities like Beelzebub, Odin, and Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm definitely censoring that out. Let's not.
You know that a persona is
Let's
connected
not.
to their user's own stamina. So when a persona is shattered, even though it's not like
I've actually played Persona 4 Arena. I was completely trash at it, but it was such a fun game to play.
dead, it does rattle the user pretty badly.
Well, without his personas, Joker can still rely on his guns, grappling hooks, smoke bombs, etc.
Might not sound like much compared to summoning actual Satan, but in the metaverse, perception is reality. No, really, it actually works like that.
In the real world, Joker's gun is only a prop. However, with Joker's reputation in the metaverse, this prop becomes a god killer. As the Phantom Thieves' reputation increased, so did their power, simply because that...
Oh, I definitely got to talk about Persona 5 Tactica. This is probably best spin-off to Persona 5. It's literally a combination of Persona 5 and Fire Emblem. It really brought out the Tactica side of it. You really need tactics to beat this game. It is so well made, and I love the art style for it.
That's how they were perceived.
Kinda like how personas are empowered by the social links Joker possesses with his friends. Yes, in the world of Persona, hanging out with your buds makes you stronger. Anime! Game!
At their max, social links can bring a wildcard user back from the brink of death, instilling them with willpower greater than the rest of humanity combined. I guess meticulously gardening your friends like a sociopath has its benefits.
Hey Wiz, have a cold one on me.
That's funny. That's funny. And that's smart too.
Looks like our relationship meter's maxed out.
Oh yeah. Well, guess there's no point to us hanging out anymore. Later, loser. I'm gonna go do untested pharmaceuticals and date my teacher.
Oh.
Boomstick and my roommate would get along just fine because my roommate absolutely loves Dr. Takemi and Miss Kawakami. He loves them so much. I can't blame him though.
Wait, date your what? Ahem. Over the course of his adventures leading the Phantom Thieves, Joker's bonds made him as powerful as the gods he commands. He can dodge Lucifer's Morning Star, which summons an energy beam that travels several light years in seconds, millions of times faster than light.
Or survive a cheeseburger.
That says over 8 billion times faster than light.
I'm having stomach problems. No wonder Joker can face off against opponents that can reshape all of reality.
Like Maruki, who used the metaverse to rewrite all of reality to fit his desires.
Or Yaldabaoth, who merged the real world and metaverse together.
It was in this battle with Yaldabaoth
I died 5 times going up against that boss.
the biblical angel of vengeance.
With a big ass gun, perceive this reality, bitch.
Its primary attack, Sinful Shell, is imbued with what is known as almighty energy, which can bypass any defense, even that from the omnipotent Orb, which can exclusively rewrite reality.
Okay.
Good big ass gun whiz.
And with a shot heard around the world, Joker and his friends prove that you're never too young to change society for the better. No matter
Indeed.
how arduous the
Indeed.
process you may be.
Message!
Man is keeping you down. Just call up the Phantom Thieves to put them in their place. They'll never see it coming.
Very funny.
As far back as he could remember, Giorno Giovanna always wanted to be a gangster.
Cause damn it feels good to be a gangster. Gonna
Okay, stop right there. Boomstick, what the hell do you know about the Ghetto Boys? Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane, you beer-drinking, shotgun-obsessed redneck. Stay in your lane. You know nothing about the Ghetto Boys.
are the days of leaving horse heads in your enemy's bed or squeezing their head in a vice till they pop.
That's a really good
I
movie.
wanted to be a different kind of gangster.
A more progressive, heterosexual kind of mob boss.
A gangstar.
A shy, withdrawn boy on the streets of Naples, Giorno's life changed the day he saved a wounded mobster. In return, he was rewarded with future protection from abuse and isolation. This act of reciprocal kindness convinced Giorno of the value of the mob as a social organization, if only it was commanded by the right person.
Someone like Giorno. All he had to do
Oop,
was
gotta see this. He's actually younger than Joker. And he's now a mob boss at that age. I mean, I know I shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I mean, Karu Hanayama is 19 and is a mob boss. For those who don't know, check out the series Baki.
take control of the Neapolitan
Okay.
Mafia, Passione, and their army of superpowered assassins. Ambitious? Maybe. But hey, he's the bastard son of the insane vampire Deuce Lord himself, Dio Brando.
Who conceived Giorno while possessing the body of his arch enemy, Jonathan Joestar. This technically makes Giorno both a Brando and a JoJo.
Hence the name. JoJo. Get it?
Well, he didn't just inherit the name,
Corny.
but also the Joestar bloodline's power. Giorno possesses a stand, gold experience.
Stands are invisible, intangible, punchy ghosts that protect their user and come with incredible superpowers, like stopping time, making fiction into reality, or cooking Italian food.
Oh, guys, you should definitely check out that spin-off series on Netflix. It is a lot better than expected. It could legit hold up against its original series if it wanted to.
God damn, give me that one.
And Giorno's gold experience has perhaps the greatest potential of any stand in the series. With just a touch, it can
Understatement.
with golden life energy.
Turning them into any plant or animal in an instant and back again. Giorno uses this with maximum creativity, like disguising a gun as a banana so you
Oh, that moment shocked me so much.
Gorilla's worst nightmare.
That moment shocked me, trust me.
Super genius when it comes to gold experience's abilities.
Like transforming bullets into flesh to heal the very wounds they made, or changing a brick into a snake that can detect body heat and find a hidden enemy, or turning his teeth into a special kind of jellyfish that filters out the toxins in the piss he was drinking. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Should the object Giorno gives life to be a part of a greater whole, like turning a tooth into a fly, it will attempt to return to its original source.
Not only that, any damage Giorno's creations receive will be reflected onto the opponent.
Now, that, I feel like that's really going to hurt Joker, but I'm pretty sure he can do the same thing with some of his personas. So they're relatively even on that matter.
Giorno can even imbue living things with this same energy. This supercharges the target's consciousness, causing them to outpace their physical body, and leaving them totally helpless to counter.
Oh man, the Giorno versus Bruno fight, that is without a doubt the best fight in Golden Wind overall. Yes, even more so than the final fight against Diavolo. That fight was so fucking epic.
Seem like you got 10 times faster, but you're actually experiencing time at a way slower rate while your body is stuck in the same position. Imagine a Buddha to the nutshell for 20 straight seconds. Forget about it.
Especially when you're hitting as hard as gold experience. According to the JoJo Veller art book written by the mangaka himself, gold experience has a speed rating of A, putting him in the same league as stands like Star Platinum.
So he's faster than light.
Which are faster than light.
And although his strength
Yeah, Joker has the advantage with that. He's literally 8 billion times faster than light.
Ace ring stands like sticky fingers, perfect for a merciless stand rush that lasts 7 pages long. Daddy Dio must be so proud.
With gold experience at his side, Giorno joined Passione and rose to challenge its reclusive leader, Diavolo.
Wait. Diavolo? You're telling me that Giorno, the son of God, battles the devil, just like Jesus, whose full biblical name is Yeshua, or Joshua, Ben Joseph, Joshua Joseph.
We get it.
Jojo.
We get it, Boomstick. Calm down.
Diavolo's goal was to get his hands on a stand arrow. And when a stand is pierced by a stand arrow, it evolves.
So, Joe got it first and transformed Gold Experience into the most broken thing in anime. Gold Experience Requiem.
Requiem stands change the rules entirely. It's almost like they elevate your stand beyond the need for combat. Gold Experience Requiem can, in short, negate any action taken against it and return it to a state of 0, shifting reality back to square one.
Let's say I woke up this morning, got myself a gun, and fired it at Giorno. With Gold Experience Requiem, no matter how accurate I am, the shot will always miss because I never fired my gun.
That is return to 0, and also a horrific example of gun safety. This applies to any attack.
To put it simply, not only is his stand completely broken, but it's absolutely convoluted as well.
Made against Requiem, including from Diavolo's stand King Crimson, which can infamously skip time, erasing the universe for 10 seconds. And Requiem negated that.
It undid time being erased, while time was already erased, which meant there was no time to unerase the erased time, and
That's right, Boop.
Like I said, convoluted.
Requiem's ability acts independently of time itself. Sound crazy? Well, Requiem can counter the stand made in heaven, which can accelerate time across the whole universe into infinity. So that kind of range of Requiem's ability is actually consistent.
It also reduces your willpower to 0, so you can't even fight back.
Even your death can be returned to 0. After pummeling Diavolo into pulp, Requiem prevented him from dying, forcing him to relive the experience of being killed over and over in a series of...
In other words, this is literally the inspiration for Arcane Leon's death loop. And I'm not complaining about it. That's actually a smart choice if it's true.
Never-ending alternate universes for eternity.
Just when you thought you were out, Requiem pulls you back in. The second you hear that piano start
Jesus Christ, Boomstick, can you get any more corny?
And turned it into the peacekeeping social organization he always dreamed about.
With its streets free of drugs, Italy's youth could rest easy. Their hopes and dreams could be carried into the future on a golden wind. Vento Aureo.
Wow. Okay, so before we go into the death battle, I'm just gonna say this. It's kind of close. It's still difficult to decide on who will win, but I'm personally still gonna root for Joker. I mean, he has the power, versatility, tactics, and the endurance advantage. In fact, he has pretty much the advantage against base golden experience. But then there's Requiem, which is basically much faster than Joker, just because it defies time. And then there's his return to 0 ability and the death loop. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty difficult for him, but I get the feeling that maybe the social links will play a role, because if anybody remembers the boss battle against Yaldabaoth, you would know that the social links had led to him not only returning to reality, but it also made him even more powerful than ever, to the point that he actually killed Yaldabaoth. But that's just my personal opinion, and let's just hope that it ends well. Win or lose, I'm definitely going to enjoy this death battle.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
Time for a death battle.
Death battle!
Here we go.
Gold experience. Are set.
Yo, I'm loving this art style. It's a smart choice.
Ours to take.
It would have been better if it was 3D, but I'm not complaining.
My dreams are yours to take.
Yep, saw that coming. Of course, it's going to affect him. That's not going to work. And he's already using return to 0. Okay. Okay, that looks like it stunned him. Ooh. Yep, that would throw him off guard. Just be lucky he's not going up against 100. Because he would be completely overwhelmed. Ooh. Oh. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And yeah, I saw that coming. Why did his hair look like Phoenix Wright's hair for a second? There goes the tactics. This is going by pretty fast now that I think about it. Uh-oh. Requiem. Okay, that made me dizzy for a second there. Uh-oh. Damn! Good 10 seconds of Muda. Don't tell me it's over that quickly. Ooh, he's in death loop. Uh-oh.
Maybe you didn't hear me before. Checkmate.
Can Requiem stop it? Can it stop it? Can it stop it? Woo! Okay. Okay. So I was right. That is a very satisfying end. And I see what they did there with the victory screen. That is smart. Okay, time for the explanation. What you got for us?
This was an absolutely fascinating matchup and far from an easy call.
Joker versus base gold experience wasn't close though.
Yep, just as I thought.
Powers threw Joker for a loop, but Joker and his personas were millions of times faster and could take on universe.
I think you mean billions.
There was no doubt Joker could see Giorno's stand, considering he could spot similar beings like Shadow.
Add in the versatility of Joker's hundreds of personas, and Giorno could get quickly overwhelmed.
But that's where Requiem came in, and the game changed.
With its ability to nullify any action taken against it, even ones that can affect entire universes.
So it had the resistance advantage,
Was rendered moot.
Remember, Requiem could act independently of time.
making it faster.
To be able to avoid Requiem's ability, he'd have to beat it outright.
Take when the Phantom Thieves faced Maruki. The group couldn't resist the reality warping effects of his powers. He even had an ability that nullified actions against him, similar to Gold Experience Requiem.
But Joker still had an ace up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
While Requiem can reduce your willpower to 0, Joker's social links were
That's what I thought.
And finally, we have
That's what I thought.
mighty attacks, which could bypass reality warping defenses like the
So that counters Requiem.
counter for Requiem.
Okay, so that counters Requiem.
JoJo, while Requiem only has one appearance in the manga, it did show up in the game Eyes of Heaven.
There, it faced off against the world over heaven, which can overwrite reality to overpower any attack, including Requiem's return to 0. That meant an almighty attack that can bypass reality warping would have the same effect, giving Joker
That
the
explains a lot.
opportunity to land a killing blow against Requiem's.
Oh, before we do anything. Okay, said Joker is stronger and faster, of course. His almighty bypasses Requiem. He's more versatile, of course. Basically, he managed to beat Giorno due to the power of friendship. Hiro Mashima, if you're watching this, you should learn something from Persona. It'll make your series much better. And of course, his biggest disadvantage was Requiem overall, given that it negates all of his abilities, except for Almighty. And as for Giorno, his biggest advantage was Requiem. Huh, that makes a lot of sense, because now that I think about it, doesn't Golden Wind last like the span of like at least a month, whereas Persona lasted over a year? So obviously Joker's gonna have more experience. And yeah, even though he had Requiem, he couldn't counter or even defend against Almighty skills. That makes perfect sense the more I think about it. Man, this death battle was amazing. It's probably their best one so far.
Perfect defense.
Dio is such a dick, he literally ruined his own son's death battle.
Giorno was
Of
brilliant,
course.
but Joker had the versatility, experience, and almighty power for the final blow.
Giorno missed his golden opportunity and had a shell of a time.
Oh my god. Boomstick, you really had to end. Boomstick's jokes are so damn corny. I can't help but laugh at how corny this is. Oh man. You gotta love it.
Hey, wait,
Gotta love it.
you know what I said? Giorno missed his golden opportunity and he had a shell of a time.
Boom, shut up.
Is Joker.
Next time on...
Oh man. But yeah, like I said, that was a really good death battle. I'm glad I was right. I wouldn't have cared. Like I said, I wouldn't have cared one bit if Giorno won, because this was a death battle I've been waiting for years. So I am not complaining that they gave it to us. And of course, their recommendations would be JoJo related. Why am I not surprised? Oh, while we're at it, might as well see what the next death battle is.
Death battle.
Ooh. This is one that they showed off in one of their live streams.
Subscribe and join.
No surprise, it's going to be a Nintendo versus Sega. Alright then guys, that is it for this video. Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Comment below to give me your thoughts, and if you want to see more reaction videos like this, just like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to tap the bell icon so you're never missing out on a future video. But until then, thanks for watching. I'm leaving in Godspeed. Peace!